Good evening, everybody. These on? Scott says they're not on, but he talks louder than I do, so. Do I need to be turned up? Keep talking about anything? Trying to find the knob. Just keep going. Okay. The people in the back may not be able to hear me at the start, but you'll catch up. Welcome, everybody, to the 2019, there we go, to the 2019 Jackson Magazine 30 and Under Awards. I appreciate you all joining us tonight. Thankfully, it is snowing a little bit this year, but not quite the blizzard we had last year. I am thankful for that at the very least. This year is our 13th year honoring people underneath the age of 30 in our Jackson community who live, work, and play here. I can't believe that number is getting that high, but it is. And it's our 5th year of being here in the top of the Commonwealth Commerce Center and having Commonwealth Catering do our food. They always do a great job, and this is a wonderful room to have this event in. So thank you very much. We want to thank them. This group of people we're going to honor tonight joins an impressive list of those that came before them. And not only do they do a wonderful job in their work, but they also give back to the Jackson community through the nonprofits that they are involved in and living here and doing great work in our community. It's sometimes awe-inspiring when you read the nomination forms and to see what all these people are doing. And I think they all are an inspiration to not only those who came before them, but those that can come after them. And this event, all of us at Jackson Magazine want to be an event that allows you to get more involved or drag other people into getting involved. Connections make a great deal of influence in being able to introduce somebody to a nonprofit, being able to get somebody involved in a community and show the difference that you can make. So tonight, one of the things that we did was invite several people from ways to get involved in our community. And you may recognize some of these people, and you may see them involved in our 30 and Under winners later. But they will be here throughout the night to network with this, to see how you can get involved, and hopefully they go up and find people as well. And if you know somebody who isn't here tonight, who could get involved, who has talent, who has time, who has energy, please find out how they can get involved, introduce them to somebody, have them make a difference as well. So I'd like the people who are here to stand up and be recognized, but you can pick them out later and go up to them during networking time after the event and introduce yourself. Wendy Clow, Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity. Ben Dandro, from Executive Director of Dahlem Center. Connie Poizon, President in your achievement of the Michigan Edge. Greg Stevenson, representing Jackson Young Professionals and the Bright Walls team. That whole table you could probably go up to at some point in time during the night, I'm just going to say. Deanna Light, Exchange Club. Lisa Picart, Rotary Club. Oh, over there, okay. Shelly Kaspersky, Disability Connections. No? Okay. Right over there again. Dick and Mary Hitch, Jackson Kiwanis. And Dick Colony, Jackson Host Lions. These people can introduce you. There's a table over there with some information on how to get involved and how to make a difference in our community. When you grab a magazine after the event, there is also a spread within it on how to give back, and there are 5 highlighted organizations that can be as easy as writing a $40 check a month, and as much as you want to get involved in time and donations on other things. Introduction of our editorial board. These are people that help us pick out people in the community that are doing interesting things in the business world, who have stories to tell. They give us feedback on the magazine, and they are an important part of how we stay connected to the community. So I'd like to thank all of them. If anybody is involved in the editorial board, can you please stand to be recognized? Thank you, Greg. I think you only have to stand up one more time. The other people I'd like to take a minute to thank are our sponsors. Without them, these events can't happen. The Jackson County Chamber of Commerce and Experience Jackson, Jackson Radio Works, Michigan Works Southeast. These are the people who help make this event happen and to be able to recognize the people we recognize tonight. We also have a list of businesses that help make this event what it is. AG Chocolates for those delicious boxes of chocolates left on your table, and if you leave them, somebody will grab them before the end of the night, guaranteed. Commonwealth Commerce Center Catering for the delicious food, and Commonwealth Commerce Center for the room that we are in tonight. I've been framed for the beautiful awards that every recipient will take home tonight. Jackson Rental Center and LTI Printing for our printing art programs and the magazines. I do not believe we have any elected officials unless Julie ran in at the last minute. Okay, Jackson Magazine is who is here? Will. Newly elected as of last night. Stand up. Jackson Magazine is a monthly business-to-business magazine that highlights the positive aspects of the Jackson business community. We focus on executives, administrators, and professionals who make an impact on the life in the area and themselves, who live, work, and play in Jackson. We are 100% committed to good news about our community. All of our magazines are available on jacksonmagazine.com, so you can read and send this issue to whoever you want to, as well as all our previous issues. This issue is by far our widest read issue online, by about double any other one. In fact, this December issue that just came out a few days ago is already our 5th most read issue of the whole year. Also included in this month's issue is a look back at 5 years ago, some of the professionals we featured in that issue. And this is the 13th year that we have honored them, and we have selected 4 professionals from the 5 years previous and each of the 30 and unders previous to this one. This is a popular feature, and this year we feature 4 members of the 2014 class. If you are here, Greg, this is your cue to stand up again. Is Kate Linville Swords here? I know the others are not. Yeah. Catch up on where they are at in this issue, which will be available at the table at the end of the event as well. At this time, I'd like to recognize any past members of the who are able to join us this evening. Will all past winners please stand? This is a photo of last year's group, but as you can see, over 13 years, we've collected quite a few amazing individuals over the years. I'd like to ask 2 of those winners, Sean Palmer from the Lally Group and Cassandra Watson from Lifeways, to come up and share a little bit about what has happened to them after being named 30 and under last year. Sean, I believe you're starting.
Thanks, Tom. So, great crowd tonight. I know it's packed in here, so thank you everyone for coming out tonight, and thank you to Jackson Magazine for hosting this event every year. It's always a great event to attend and well attended. So, my name is Sean Palmer, for those of you who don't know me, and I am treasurer for the Young Professionals and also an accountant for Lally Group. So last year, I was recognized for my work with the Jackson Young Professionals on the Bright Walls Committee, my interactions with United Way, my work for County National Bank, my participation in Leadership Jackson with the Chamber, and my role on the Board of Family Service and Children's Aid. Receiving the recognition from Jackson Magazine felt as though I was being recognized for something I really just enjoyed doing and taking part in my community. And just being myself and doing what I love to do. Now, I don't know what it looked like from the outside, but for me, my volunteer hours consisted of painting a city, throwing 2 parties, getting out of work twice a month, and let me be clear, those weren't just regular days. Those were big meeting days that I just got to skip. So It also included building a boat and floating it around a pond, racing other boats. And working downtown, which is next to all these great businesses and restaurants and shops, and you just can't ask for a better place to be. But sure, you might as well give me an award while I'm at it. And that's the best part. It doesn't have to feel like work to play an active role in your community, hence the word play. It's your job to find what you love to do and then do it. I look around the room tonight and I see many faces that I have worked with on different projects such as Bright Walls and Family Services, Dahlem Center. And it's great to see all these same faces showing up. They're my friends. I call them close to me, and it's all because I've done what I've done to get out there in the community and be a part of the happening and the growth of Jackson. It's friendship. It's a sense of belonging somewhere and of knowing the people who live in the same place as you. So build your relationships. So to all the incomers tonight, I hope you have found a way to play in our growing community of Jackson, Michigan. A way to be an asset to everyone in this room, that's my counting pun, and be yourself and continue to contribute in the ways you do best. Go throw your parties, paint the city, get out of work, build your boats, and float them around ponds. And always enjoy who you are and where you are, and love Jackson. So thank you all for coming out tonight, and congratulations to all today's winners.
My name is Cassandra Watson. I work at Lifeways as the Director of Integrated Health, and when I received the award last year, I was actually a project manager, so I've been able to move in my role and in my place of work since the last time that I was here. I want to congratulate each of you on being recognized as distinguished young professionals. Distinguished young professionals. You're all under 30, which I don't know why 30 is why you're young, but that seems to be our cutoff. So, you know, it's incredible to see all of you here and to see what you've done in really a short amount of time. Since receiving the award, I've continued to actively participate in the United Way. I'm a board member, and I've been a board member since 2017. And I've focused my efforts in the last year on stepping out of my comfort zone as a result of getting this award. Because comfort for me, the comfort zone is where I'm very happy. So I've focused on exploring what pushes me to develop new skills and enhance the skills that I already have. I've participated in efforts to educate our community on the difference between equity and equality, and I've participated in activities that explore cultural competency. Most of these conversations are not comfortable, they're not easy. But I take those steps because they're important conversations to have, and they develop me as a leader and they develop me as a community member so that I can better participate with everyone that sits in our community. I'll close kind of my reflection with what I would like to see from the rest of you. You've all been recognized for your contributions to the community thus far. You've already had a very large impact thus far, but you're not done. Martin Luther King Jr. once stated that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? You've been identified as young leaders. You're guiding our future and you're defining our past. Some of you will stay in this community and some of you will leave the community. Some of you will leave and come back. Each of you has already made an impact, and each of you will continue to make impacts. That's why you're recognized today, and that's why you'll be recognized in the future. What I would encourage you to do starting tomorrow, maybe even tonight, is ask yourselves, what am I doing for others? So ultimately, personal, professional, and community growth comes from individuals individually choosing to do more for others. I hope that you'll continue to be involved and informed and become greater advocates than you already are for the community that's recognized you today. There are several community organizations that are looking for assistance. We talked about them earlier already, that they want to see change happen and they want you to be involved. Seek them out and give them your time or resources, whatever you can. Doesn't always mean that you're helping a human being. Sometimes it's helping with infrastructure. Sometimes it's helping with the environment. It's giving your time, it's giving your interest and active participation that matters. So congratulations to each and every one of you. You've earned a place as one of Jackson's 2020 30 and Under Award recipients.
Thank you very much, both Sean and Cassandra. I couldn't have said it any better. You're not done. I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to. You think you've done a lot, but you're not done, and she told you that. I now get the pleasure of introducing our host for the evening. He probably needs no introduction. You saw him when he walked in the room, or at least you heard him speak someplace, and you say, hey, I knew that voice. The one and only Mr. Scott Clow is going to come up here. I told you, you get to speak last, and I'm a little worried about what you're going to say, so I was nice to you.
Donovan Cronkite, please give him a big round of applause. That's all I got really for you, Donovan. I still miss his leather jacket. Whenever I see him, I just want to see him in that leather jacket like I do every year. The Junior Achievement Grand Prix. How's everybody doing tonight? Make some noise. Come on. Are you having a good time? You having fun? Come on, you can do better than that. Make a little more noise. Come on now. Look at you. You're 30 and under, for crying out loud. You have energy. You don't have to worry about things. Really, I mean, I just want to give you a couple of things you can look forward to. Let me tell you about my ear, all right? With my T-Rex arm. Normally, I'm a left-handed mic holder, but right now, I get to do it like this. When you get a little older, say 43, you do things like, can I get my knee done in January and my shoulder done in October because I've met my deductible by that point? That's the kind of thing when you think about when you're 40 and over. And then you get to sit in the doctor's office, and they'll look at you and you say, you know what, we want to put you in this sling for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And they said, you can take it off, and what you can do is some exercises. And I'm not lying to you. They said to me, what we want you to do is put your good arm on a table, and we want you to hang your bad arm like this. And she says, stand up and do it. I'm sitting in the room, and they say, do it, so we can see you do it. And they say, we don't want you to move the arm. What we want you to do is shake your butt so that the arm moves naturally. I'm looking around for the camera. There's got to be a video camera around there. That's the kind of thing you got to worry about when you're 43. But man, I tell you what, 30 and under, I live downtown. I'm happy. I walk right out of my front door and I see the impact that you've had. It's tremendous. It's absolutely amazing. Anyone that I can talk to, I extol the virtues of what the younger people in our town are doing right now. I used to count myself amongst them, but deductible, that's all. When you're thinking about a deductible, you're no longer in the younger class. But I look around downtown and I look at the retail stores that are open in downtown. And I look at the rich nightlife that we have downtown. I can remember the Consumers 21 initiative when we were doing what we could, when Greg Northrup and his crew were doing what they could to get this building right here. I can't point to it as well. When they were doing that in the early 2000s. And at that time, you literally could have gone up to Firestone here on Blackstone. You could have taken a bowling ball, and in any time of the day, you could have rolled it down Michigan Avenue and you wouldn't have hit a soul. And here we are, nearly 20 years later, with a downtown that many of us, when you have friends from out of town, you say, hey, let's go downtown. Let me show you the Dirty Bird. Let me show you Veritas. Let me show you the Rustic Market. You're going to have a ball. Let's go into Tilton. And it has an awful lot to do with everyone here that we're honoring with 30 and under. So give them a big round of applause right off the bat. And to the Jackson Young Professionals right up here. One of the things, though, if you want to be part of Jackson Young Professionals, tight pants. You gotta wear tight pants. Clay, can you come up here for just a second? Clay, come on. Clay McAndrews, come on. No, they're still tight. You say they're not tight, but those are tight pants. Now show them the socks. Show them the socks. Shh, Clay, my turn. Show them the socks. Put them right up there. Put them right. You're flexible. Come on, get it right up here. All right, put one hand and then shake your butt, Clay. That's what you gotta do. That's a young professional right there. I did play a hard time, but those are the loosest pants I've seen you wear in a long time. Did you know I was coming? I did. Okay. All right, that was the only point where Shelly Jusick, big round of applause for her, and everybody from Jackson Magazine for putting this together. Donovan, his whole crew. I see Bob Michaels back there, the godfather of Jackson Magazine. Look at him. He cut his hair. But at this point, they say introductory speech. Scott, whatever you'd like to say to get started. And now Shelly, if you listen, you can hear her jaw clench. Because now I'm on the script portion and she's hoping I stick to it. I'll let you know, following the presentation here today, we'd like all 13 winners to come on up to the dance floor area, right? That's the dance floor area. Go over to the dance floor area. The 13 winners at the end, we want a picture of all of you, okay? So let's introduce our 30 and under, in alphabetical order, okay? It's in the script, Shelly. You've got this memorized. She'll be over here saying this script as if she was lip-syncing a Milli Vanilli song. For the 40 and over, that's hilarious. The 30 and under, you're going, Millie who? Okay, here we go. Our first honoree is Catherine Aspen. Catherine, come on up, Catherine. Catherine feels good that her line of work affects most everyone who reads, uses a digital device, or simply moves about town. As a career-focused graphic designer, Catherine, now this is where you stand here and everyone likes to look at you while I read this. You can move about just a little bit, but stay there. Okay. As a career-focused graphic designer, Catherine understands the medium behind the message. Since 2015, Catherine has been at RJM, a Jackson-based marketing agency. She started 2 weeks after graduating from Central Michigan University. Fire up, Chips, there you go. With her bachelor's degree in fine arts, graphic design, and art history, her work combines her interest in creating artful, computer-assisted design with her passion for the arts. At RJM, Catherine creates print and digital collateral that businesses and organizations use to market their products and services. Designing websites, brochures, signage, annual reports, logos, mailers, and advertisements fall within her purview, as well as the occasional radio and video spots. She consults with members of the RGA team to assess each marketing tool and needs of every client. Originally from Birch Run, outlet shopping. No? You worked there. Where did you work?
Old Navy.
Old Navy. No fans? All right then. Catherine immersed herself in the area by volunteering her design skills to nonprofits like Habitat for Humanity and special events like the Hot Air Jubilee. She also joined a recreational softball league and coached middle school volleyball. She believes that being able to work, play, and live in Jackson is the sum of what makes for a high quality of life. She also likes that RJM is dog friendly, which means that her golden doodle Gus is a frequent visitor. Please, a big round of applause for Catherine Aspen.
Okay, I'm a little nervous, so I'm probably going to talk really fast. But first, I would like to thank Bob Michaels and the wonderful staff at Jackson Magazine, because without them, none of us would be here. It has been such a great experience living and working in Jackson for the past 4.5 years. It is a community that has welcomed me and has been so much fun to be a part of. Shout out to my parents for supporting me throughout art school. Pretty sure they didn't think that was going to happen. And giving me the confidence to move to Jackson without knowing anything about this city or knowing anyone here. And finally, I would like to thank my current boss, Donovan, who has believed in me since the day I started, has helped me grow into the designer I am, and for never telling me to quiet down, because let's be honest, I talk a lot, and I'm very loud. And I'm sorry for the time that I made you do yoga with us. Also, everyone, don't forget to wish our photographer, Audrey, a happy birthday. Today is her birthday, and she has to work today. Thank you so much.
Catherine Aspen, go on over and receive your award. Sean is going to present that to you. All right, our next honoree. I love this young lady. Gotten to know her over the last couple of years. Maisha Jones. She is this year's cover model and is going to receive the Frame magazine as well. Eric Lyman is here. He was last year's cover boy. His life has changed dramatically. Eric, can you stand up? Stand up, Eric. Yep, look at him. Can you give us your cover model pose, please? He's been doing underwear ads ever since. Maisha said she didn't grow up in a way many people associate with success, but she believes her past is what shapes her purpose to help others overcome obstacles that stand in her way. As the success navigator at American One Credit Union, Maisha helps employees identify personal and professional issues that impact job performance and makes referrals to community resources. She also assists employees with interpersonal and team building skills. She helps design and present group training on diversity and inclusion and provides resources for health and well-being initiatives at American One. Maisha speaks from experience. She is never afraid to share her story of how she emerged from a deep depression that nearly ended her life. When she was 13, Jones was severely bullied. She acted out and got expelled from public school, losing hope. She attempted suicide, but thankfully survived. She went on to graduate from Northwest High School and received an associate and bachelor's degree from Baker College and a master's from Spring Arbor University. That passion shines through Maisha's regular volunteer activities with the Salvation Army, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Talents Out Honor Flight. She is a member of the Community Engagement Team for the Jackson Collaborative Network and the Financial Stability Network, and is a frequent speaker for a number of organizations, including Stomp Out Suicide. Her work with teens includes serving as a facilitator for the Teen Outreach, where she also teaches at the area alternative high school. Maisha is also a former Jackson County Rose Queen. You know what I'm going to ask you to do now. Come on, do the wave. No, the wave. Come on, do the wave. What is it? What is it? Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. What's it? What is it? What's the rest? Something, blow a kiss. Give a smile, blow a kiss. Maisha Jones, everybody.
I don't know why they think there's a wave. There's really not a wave. They didn't teach me if there was, so. Okay, hello everyone. I'm really excited to be here. I wrote something down. I've probably done hundreds of speaking events and I've never written anything down. But Shelly informed me that we only have 2 minutes. And I was like, what? Only 2 minutes? And so if you know me, you know I can talk for a very long time about things I'm very passionate about, so you're welcome to all of you. I did write a script that's 2 minutes long, so. I really want to first start by thanking the prestige group of women that I have the honor and privilege of joining my table. I want to give a shout out to Sister Brenda Simmons, who is the president of the women department at my church. I appreciate her very much. My very best friend, Angelise. My Aunt Visha, who always has my back. Martha, who is the CEO of American One Credit Union. Cheryl, who is boss American One Credit Union. It's an amazing boss. Molly, who is the CEO for Center for Family Health and an amazing woman in our community. And last but not least, my mother, who surprised me at midnight last night to be at this event. She almost got arrested and went to jail because I called the police on her because she was beating at my door at midnight and I was very nervous, and then she started shaking the door and I was like, yep, someone's trying to break in my house. So I had to call the police, and so I know she thought I was kidding, but I called the police. And then she said my name and I recognized the voice, and so I went and peeked out the window and I started screaming and hung up the phone on the police. And so, don't do that, please, use your words, use your words. So they called back and said, please don't do that again. Are you okay? And so, I really appreciate you all very much. You have mentored, supported, and loved me through my journey, and I truly appreciate you. Most of my life I've been a victim of mental health issues, bullying, a suicide attempt, domestic violence, racial inequality, anxiety, depression, lack of self-worth, and the list continues. Being a victim has many times attempted to prevent me from being the woman that God has destined me to be. Today I stand before you and I'm no longer a victim. God has purposed my life, and I am committed to being the woman that He created me to be. I used to think that my purpose was to be the voice for people who didn't have a voice. However, I realize that that's not accurate. My purpose is to serve. I was designed to empower children and adults to find their own voice and not to be afraid to use it, to advocate for what's right despite what's socially accepted, to fight for diversity, inclusion, and equity in all spaces of our community, to be resilient in the face of adversity, to be the light for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I was purposed to learn, to love, and to lead. I am honored to be in the class of 30 and under, and I will continue to grow in purpose while intentionally serving my community. Thank you.
Maisha Jones. Our next young lady happens to be married to last year's cover model. Sarah Lyman is originally from Naples, Florida, and she said, come on up here, Sarah. Give her a round of applause. Sarah Lyman. Originally from Naples, I didn't know that, Sarah. And she said moving to Jackson was one of the best decisions of her life. As a communication professional, Sarah continually builds on her innate curiosity about people and places. She also leverages her adaptable nature. Having been raised by a military family that moved from place to place, she was born in Germany. You lived in Hawaii and many other places, and moving around has made you adventurous. All right. Most recently, Sarah served as a member, the Member Success Coordinator for the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce. She welcomed and served members of the Chamber, introducing them to opportunities to network and grow their bottom line. Working with the Chamber, Sarah said, inspired her to learn about the community that she calls home, including the people, places, and businesses that define Jackson. Her drive to enhance her skills and develop professionally prompted her to sign up and participate in the 2018-19 Leadership Jackson program. Lyman, I'm not going to say you're standing right here. Sarah arrived in the Jackson area shortly after graduating high school in 2011. Spring Arbor University rose to the top of her college choices, and after visiting, that's where you decided that you wanted to be. She graduated in 2015 with her bachelor's degree in communication with a concentration in professional writing and broadcasting. Her decision to attend Spring Arbor cemented her passions and set her down a career path perpetually open to new experiences and community involvement. She serves on the advisory board for the J-Town Clubhouse Hope Network, an amazing group. Just amazing. I love what you guys do. And on Jackson's TEDx committee to bring new ideas and innovation to the area. Trying to make sure that's it. Hold on, I gotta lick my finger. It's a whole process now, Sarah. Deductible. Please, big round of applause for Sarah Lyman. They told me that they told all the 30 and under people that they can talk if they want to, and I can't pressure them to say anything. Darn it.
Let's get Eric up.
Well, let's get last year's cover model up here. Eric, you got anything to say? No? All right, gotcha. Our next honoree, Caitlin McDonough. Come on up, Caitlin. Another one of my favorite people. Katie is no stranger to taking on a challenge. With the Jackson Downtown Development Authority was in need of an executive director 6 months ago, Executive Assistant McDonough took hold of the reins to help the organization moving forward. She then served in dual roles. Katie's hard work and drive have helped renew the relationship between the DDA and the city of Jackson, and it's apparent. Whether it's overseeing the operations of the Grand Rivers Farmers Market, implementing DDA events like the Downtown Jackson Art Walks, or serving as a member of the Bright Walls team, awesome job. Katie plays a major role in the life and culture of the Jackson community. You also serve on the Dahlem Center Board and co-director of what is that? What do you say that for? I know that's macabre. Soiree Macabre. Archgo. Gotcha. Soiree Macabre. It is dark. It sounds dark. Stepping into the position of executive director meant adapting and multitasking, but Katie says the biggest reward has been making new relationships and connections through reaching out for resources. She now has a deeper understanding of what it takes to make a city run and has a bigger appreciation for our city workers and our city as a whole. Since the writing of this particular article, Katie has changed jobs and is now the director of member services for the Lean Rocket Lab, another great new place in downtown Jackson. She is an advocate for small businesses, events downtown, local artists, and positive change throughout our community. Caitlin McDonough, come on, give it up for her. Caitlin, Sean's got your award down there. Victoria Moore is not here. She's out of town. But we're going to honor her right now. She's with Consumers Energy. Growing up, Victoria Moore says she never saw an engineer who looked like her. Now is a network operations center engineer for Consumers Energy and a 30 and under honoree. Victoria sees the power in being a trailblazer for others. Victoria likes breaking barriers and is the first engineer that many young girls have seen that look like them. Before becoming an engineer, Victoria's story was already inspirational. The Pontiac native overcame homelessness during senior year of high school. It was actually Victoria's geometry teacher who pointed her toward a career in engineering. Victoria was accepted into Kettering University, where she received her BS in electrical engineering in 2012. That same year, she was named the winner of the Harvard University Women in Business Intercollegiate Business Convention Young Leader Award. Right? Victoria has worked at Consumers Energy for the last 6 years. Currently, the network's operations center, which operates the demand response and virtual energy engineer programs. These programs support the company's commercial and industrial customers with energy management solutions. She is happy she has had the opportunity to pay it forward, whether it's mentoring students through junior achievement, volunteering at the Lilly Mission Center after school program, or helping to coordinate STEM Day at Baker College. Victoria has received the Technology Rising Star Award from Women of Color in STEM and Leadership Impact from the National Society of Black Engineers, Detroit Professionals. She's out of town. Give her a big round of applause so she can hear it wherever she is. Congratulations. Our next honoree is Joshua Rose. Where's Josh? Thank you, Josh. Come on up here. Come on up here. This is the uncomfortable part where I'm going to talk about you for a few minutes. You just got to stand there and be quiet, okay? All right, good. Good, good. In less than 2 years as a communication assistant for Michigan Works, Southeast Michigan, in Jackson, Josh, is it Joshua or Josh? Either. Which one do you prefer? Go Joshua. All right. Joshua Rose revamped the organization's social media platforms to better target the agency's multiple and varied audiences, resulting in more than a 130% surge in followers. I need you to manage my Instagram. Less pictures of me, I know. And increased attendance at MWSC events. He leads their social media and videography services, and through his expertise, they have been able to fully break into the digital world. He also helped streamline internal processes to increase the department's efficiency, allowing others to focus on serving customers. Twitter is now used primarily to share their story with legislators and community partners, and the Facebook is now a customer resource. It does say the Facebook here. Is that intentional? The Facebook. All right, it was its original name, but Justin Timberlake said drop the. I saw that documentary. He also frequently posted job blasts and information about hiring events. He also modernized Michigan Works' digital experience, enhanced outreach materials with a consistent new look, digitized the agency's newsletter, and produces videos to enhance area employers' understanding of Michigan Works services and initiatives. Josh is a Vandercook Lake and JC graduate and has earned a bachelor's degree in film and video production from Grand Valley State University with an emphasis on new media and narrative filmmaking. His creativity and interest in connections does not end when he leaves work. He is the co-founder and executive producer of AGA Entertainment, a band of Jackson creatives who entertain local and worldwide audiences with short films, magic shows, and other artistic ventures. Josh Rose.
Thank you, everybody. So before I go, just real quick, I want to thank the people who have helped me get to this point right now. First, I want to thank my work family. I've learned so much from all of you, learning about the field of communications, and I am just so grateful for what I've learned. I also want to thank my actual family. My two parents are here today, and it's because of you that I'm able to be here and able to grow into the person that I am today. So I want to give it up to them. Thank you.
Give it up for Josh. All right, our next honoree, Mark Schultes II. Where's Mark? Mark's grandparents founded Natural Environmental Reclamation Concept, otherwise known as NERC, back in 1982. Am I saying it's NERC? Is that how you got to say the whole thing?
NERC, NERC.
NERC? That'll work. That works better than NERC. Sounds better, doesn't it? That's why I asked. All right. The company restored and maintained and installed erosion control devices on landfills throughout the Midwest. At 8 years of age, Mark started accompanying his grandfather to job sites and soon drove the company trucks and laps around the job sites, quote unquote, chauffeuring project personnel from location to location. How old were you when you were doing that? 8 years old. Driving a truck. Just out there doing it. Driving around a landfill, as one does. Just think. By age 16, he wrote bid documents. Bid documents the company used to secure new network projects, and at 18, you started leading work crews. And they'd see you and go, that's that kid that almost hit me with a dump truck. Okay. He had family expected that someday he would follow his grandfather in leading the company. His grandfather, unfortunately, passed away in 2011. And at that time, Mark was a junior at Western Michigan University in Kazoo, earning, there you go. There's a Bronco right over there. Earning a business administration degree. He had just turned 21 years of age. At that time, he coordinated jobs and the 5-person staff out of his dorm room until he graduated. Anything that could go wrong that first year did go wrong, including personnel issues, equipment issues, and cash flow. Plus, they had another 18-year-old or an 8-year-old that was driving a dump truck. Mark took the company in a new direction, becoming a qualified contractor for the state and federal road and highway restoration projects closer to him. The company currently had 18 employees and 15 times the sales that they had when you took over the helm. He is the company's vice president and company co-owner with his grandmother, Diane O'Shea, and his wife, Ashley, who is the company's office manager. Mark, also a licensed medical first responder and a firefighter with the Hanover Township Fire Department. Please, a big round of applause for Mark.
All right, it's an honor to be recognized with this group of young professionals throughout Jackson. I would not be here if it were not for the support and encouragement from my wife Ashley, my 2 boys, and the rest of my family. It's appreciated more than they know. Recognition is not something that I deal with daily in my field of work. We usually come in at the tail end of a project, complete any restoration needed, move on to the next job. My feeling of accomplishment is when we're driving around the state and we pass a job site, and whoever's in the truck with me gets to hear about that job site, and it could be weeks, months, or years later. And I can guarantee that everyone in this room, without knowing, has passed a couple of our job sites. Whether you were driving Kibbe Road Roundabout, we were there. Whether you were walking on the bike path that was built at Ella Sharp along Horton Road and 4th Street, we did that. Or if you fly out of Detroit Metro, we did that. So to complete all this work over the years and that everyone knows, but no one sees our name plastered across it, recognition is not something that we have had. So today, to be recognized and noticed in this capacity is beyond what I could have imagined. Thank you.
Mark Schultes. Yes. Yeah, let's try. Check, you guys hear me? Oh, listen to that. All right. Let's turn this down just to go through it, so we're going to get feedback. Hold on a second. All right, you still hear me? Okay, there we go. Our next honoree, Matt Serminski. Where's Matt? Serminski, rather. I'm sorry, Matt. Serminski. Serminski, right?
Yep, you got it.
Okay, gotcha. 3rd time's a charm. Matt, you like to set goals and achieve results, which actually serves you well as the senior internal auditor for Dawn Food Products in Jackson. He coaches more junior audit team members, teaching auditing techniques, mentoring, and assisting in their work performance. He facilitates the annual development of the group's audit plan, including meeting with executive management to ensure that internal audits focus on the areas and locations with the highest level of risk. About 1/3 of his work at Dawn locations across the U.S., rather 1/3 of your work is at the Dawn locations across the U.S. and the globe. The team conducts more than 20 audits per year. You're the guy everyone loves to see coming. They love you. Hey, Matt's coming. It's audit time. Can't wait to see Matt.
I get that a lot.
You do get that a lot, don't you? About 1/3 of, the Jackson County neighborhood, you're 29 years old. You got a bachelor's degree of science in business administration with majors in accounting and finance from Central Michigan University. There it is. He started his career for a Big Four accounting firm as an external auditor where he obtained his CPA license. He is currently pursuing his certified internal auditor license. Does that come with a badge?
I don't think so.
Does it ever, you ever been there and he was like, hey, is anyone a certified internal auditor?
No, not yet.
All right. That day is coming. And you will be there.
Yes, I will.
I am a certified internal auditor. You've worked at Dawn since March of 2018. Your passion for the outdoors stems from his introduction to hunting at a young age, which led him to self-teach the art of taxidermy at the age of 13. You're self-taught? Hey, Dad, stop the car. I want to practice. By the age of 15, you opened up Trophy Elite Taxidermy, where he performs taxidermy on customers' trophies, including birds, game heads, and life-size mammals. That's right, life-size. As opposed to the shrinky-dink version. If you're over 40, you love that. You continue to operate the business part-time outside of his audit career. Please, a big round of applause for Matt.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks to Jackson Magazine for hosting this event. And I'd like to say thank you to a few people at table number 7. First, to my boss, Raj. Thank you for nominating me. And thank you for hiring me at Dawn Foods 2 years ago. In those 2 years, I've got to experience a lot. I've been places with Dawn that I never thought I would see. I was never one to travel or to be interested into traveling globally, but since then I've been to places like Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Mexico, Canada, all over the U.S. So it's been a great experience working for Dawn. With that comes its challenges. About 1/3 of my time I am gone from home and traveling, so trying to operate my business part-time on the side is difficult. So my parents and my girlfriend Micah, I'd like to thank them for always helping me out where needed. It's often the little things that get overlooked, whether it's dinner or laundry, or my dad helping me with errands, taking my deer cakes up to Leslie to get them tanned. So, I mean, just those little things that they always help me with, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So, that's all I got. So, thank you.
Thank you, Matt. All right, our next honoree, Tessa Simons. All right, Tessa. Simmons, I'm so sorry. Simmons is 2 M's. 2 M's, 2. How are you, Tessa? I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be standing next to you. I want to learn more about you. All right. All right. So while going to school to become a medical assistant and a nurse, what's that? You shaking your head? It was a no? You didn't want to do that? Okay. You took a job as a part-time teller at Old National Bank. She also practiced taxidermy and was self-taught.
I need a helper.
Okay, so that part-time job at Old National Bank turned into a full-time career as you discovered the perfect way to help people outside of the medical industry. You've worked in banking now for 4 years, the first 3 at Old National Bank, and the past year at County National Bank, where you have grown into your position by leaps and bounds, in addition to pursuing an associate degree in business administration from Jackson College. She serves as a community ambassador to the Jackson Chamber of Commerce for the bank, In fact, it was one of her recent requests upon accepting, it was one of her requests upon accepting the position, rather. She wanted to work with the chamber. On the job, she is the face. You are the face of the County National customers. You're always willing to go above and beyond for every customer every day. Tessa has loved to see many of the changes that have come to Jackson over the years, and she wants to be a part of the revival she sees regularly. In addition to your work at the bank, you are also the co-owner of Parma in Motion, a boutique exercise studio serving Parma and those in the surrounding area. You teach Zumba classes 2 nights a week. Zumba. Gotcha. If I did that, my arm would move naturally, wouldn't it? Well, they're Zumba sisters. They have hosted numerous fundraisers to support the local organizations like the Jackson YMCA, the Children's Miracle Network, Columbia Central baseball and softball programs, Northwest Schools Project at Graduation, and most recently, Smiles on Wheels. She also recently joined the Jackson Young Professionals. You're finishing your associate's degree in business administration at Jackson College. You're married to your husband, Blake. You have a stepdaughter, Nirvana, and 3 dogs, Easton, Bernard, and Georgina. And with that, I'll hand you over to Tessa. Big round of applause.
So I just want to thank Jackson Magazine for this honor. I'm very happy to be here and to be part of this amazing group and all of these past winners as well. First, I'd like to thank my family for being here and always supporting me through everything that I'm doing, especially my husband for putting up with how often I'm not home and that he is doing all of the household chores. So shout out to Blake for all of that. And I'd like to thank County National Bank and really Libby, my manager, for giving me the opportunities that I've been given in the last year. In previous positions, I wanted to be out, I wanted to be involved, but I wasn't given that freedom and the ability to do so. And County National Bank has been so willing to work with me and be flexible with my schedule and allowing me to volunteer and to be a part of this community. So thank you to County National Bank and my family.
Tessa. All right. Our next honoree, Gina Smoyer. You've been smiling all night, Gina. Come on down. What's that? Jenna. Did I say Gina? I'm sorry. Jenna. What?
You can blame my parents.
What is it? One more time. Jenna. Jenna. Jenna with one N. You didn't want to pony up for the extra N? You're like, I was in 7 hours of labor. I'm keeping that in. Jenna, all right. See, she didn't say your name wrong. Jenna has had a creative spark ever since she was a child, growing up with one N. That love for art and all things creative eventually led you to Wayne State University, where you earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree and a firm desire to use your creative skills to instill a love of arts in others. You've worked at Ellis Sharp for 2.5 years now. The first 2 you spent in the developmental department, but this past spring, Jenna, just one N, Jenna with one N, you accepted a position as the scout with one arm. Oh, man. Awesome. Give me a T-Rex high five then. Look at that. Jenna's got jokes. I like Jenna. But this past spring, you accepted the position as the Marketing and Communications Coordinator. It has been a perfect fit for Jenna, who has also studied public relations and visual communications in college. Jenna carries the museum's mission, branding, and marketing out into the community. She uses her talents to communicate with the public through graphics, photographs, film, and writing. Inclusion is another value celebrated by Ellis Sharp, and that Jenna also espouses. She believes passionately in making art, history, and science accessible to everyone, and you're only too eager to open doors wherever you can, wherever you go. Jenna, and they put 2 N's here. I want you to know you got an extra N. Look at that. Shelley. Yeah, it's a 1 L or 2 there, Shella. Shella la 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 la. Shella with 2 E's, all right. Sheila, good day, Sheila. Jen is an active member of the Jackson Young Professionals and has also been deeply involved with the Bright Walls Jackson Project, having served as a committee planning team member. It's another opportunity that Jenna has grasped to make art a part of public discourse. She is married to her husband, Brian, and has a daughter, Emery. Please, is that you? Say hi. Hi. Please, a big round of applause for Jenna Smith.
So I don't have any jokes, I'm really sorry. I also didn't prepare a 2-minute speech, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Table 1 and Table 10. I love you guys. I also want to say, holy cow, like I'm so proud to be up here with all the other individuals that got nominated this evening. You guys are amazing. Reading the articles about you, I was blown away, and sitting there and listening to your stories and listening to some of your speeches has been mind-blowing. So congratulations to you guys as well. Thank you.
Jenna Smoyer. This next honoree, I have to tell you, makes me feel incredibly old. I graduated high school with this young lady's uncle. I attended high school with this young lady's mother and father. And now, I remember when you were born. All right. Gabriella Tackett, big round of applause. You've always been in the business of impacting lives. Her mission to make a difference started in high school when she joined the Teen Pregnancy Prevention Initiative with the Jackson County Health Department as a sophomore. It was during that experience that Gabriella first began to cultivate the ability to see life from others' viewpoints. Decided to become a physician's assistant and enrolled at Western Michigan University, where he chose a minor in gerontology, and that led to her new friend's memory care and assisted living job. She spent a semester job shadowing, and by the end of that term, she had changed her major to interdisciplinary health services, and you were hired on the spot as the activities coordinator. Within 2 years, she became the supervisor. She knew she found her calling. Shortly after graduating, she was hired at John Ganton's Countryside Retirement Community in Jackson as the manager of 2 facilities, Countryside Grand Assisted Living and Atrium Independent Plus. Her youthfulness and unique perspective has proven beneficial for those living and working at the 2 communities. It says facilities, but we're gonna call them communities. 1 community, 7 buildings, 1 community, 100 acres. Look at that marketing right there. Gabriella says the field requires a special type of person. It's not for everyone, I'll tell you that. And those who serve in memory care and assisted living need to have an empathy and compassion that goes above and beyond. Since starting at Ganton's, she's increased occupancy rates at their assisted living community to 94.7% and maintained a healthy backlog of future prospects. You're at 100%? You have no idea how impressive that is. That is huge. Big round of applause. Gabriella looks eagerly to the future, not just in her role with the Ganton Countryside Retirement Communities, but also in her personal life. You're recently engaged and will soon graduate. Let's show the rock. You see it? Bling bling. And you're soon going to graduate from Central Michigan University with a Master of Healthcare Administration. Please, round of applause for Gabriella.
Well, first off, go Broncos, and I guess when I graduate my master's, I'll have to say go Chippewas. So full fire chips. I just wanted to thank Mr. Ganton and the Ganton family for the nomination. And I also am just really proud to be amongst everyone for the Jackson 30 and under. And I was really excited to graduate and move back to this community. It just holds a special place in my heart. So thank you.
Congratulations, Gabriella Tackett. Okay. All right, we're getting down there, the last two. Kelly Trushon, come on up, Kelly. Come on down. Kelly knew from a young age she wanted to be in a profession where she helped others and make a positive impact in the community. In her role as an RN, no, you gotta come over here. I admire you wanting to be different, but you're just gonna throw me off. All right, look at you. Plus the cameras over there. In your role as a registered nurse in the emergency department at Henry Ford Allegiance Health, Kelly is often the first face patients are greeted with. It's this first crucial impression which you thrive in. And you're dedicated to providing excellent customer service, which really makes an impact on the patient's well-being. Although she's the only healthcare worker in her family, while studying science and nursing at Jackson College, Kelly's nursing career goals were met with absolute certainty. She's currently enrolled in her master's program at Spring Arbor University, studying to be a family nurse practitioner. Various certifications prove her abilities in the workplace. She's certified in basic life support, advanced cardiac life support, trauma nurse, non-abusive psychological and physical intervention, NIH stroke scale, and an intraosseous access practitioner. What is that? You drill into people's bones. Have you met the taxidermist over here? You guys are doing great. Don't tell me you started training on that at 13. Oh. Hey, Ma, come here. Though the job is stressful, taxing, and emotional, Kelly finds solace through her faith. She also enjoys painting, gardening, reading, and spending time with her supportive family, husband Jay, and their 1-year-old son. Jay's over there videotaping. Wait, go ahead. There you go. Okay. Kelly is you're active in service clubs and organizations. During nursing school, you were a part of These Irish Hills, my hometown. Thank you. Organizing community events, including a cardboard boat race, a 5K, Christmas gala, and volunteering to drill holes in people's heads. You also donate your time as a licensed RN, as the first responder for events like Henry Ford Allegiance Health 5K. Please, a big round of applause for Kelly Trushon.
Thank you. I'm honored to be recognized by Jackson Magazine tonight and to be surrounded by so many successful individuals. My supportive family, leaders, role models, and God have made being a young professional possible, so I thank you. My faith to God has been my navigational compass through life and helps me become a better person daily. I pray that I am able to continue making a positive impact in the Jackson community for many years to come. I will conclude with this message. I believe it is our generational responsibility to ensure the children of our future have positive influences. We fulfill that generational responsibility by making good choices that build a better and stronger community. As I see those involved in this 30 and under class of 2019, I think the future is going to be a bright one. Congratulations. Thank you again for having me, Jackson Magazine, and God bless you all.
Kelly Trushon. All right. I should have asked, Rachel or Rochelle? It's Rachel, right? Rachel, look at it, right there. Rachel Wingle. How are you? You having fun? All right. It's fun to be last, isn't it? All right. I think you're last, aren't you? There's only one left up there. Yep, there we go. All right. There's a phrase for people who have their hand in different things, hold varying titles, and are involved in many avenues. These people wear multiple hats. This phrase was made for this 28-year-old self-starter, Rachel Wingle. She's president of her property management company, sells real estate, co-owns Hard Rock Quarry, and is a program coordinator at the ShopRat Foundation. A lot of spare time. Self-proclaimed girl boss, prides herself on being available for her renters, potential homeowners, and her clients 24/7. For Rachel, she grew up around her entrepreneurial father and grandfather and never had a job requiring her to clock in or clock out. Despite always being available for work, Rachel said she's able to be even more involved with her husband and children than if she had a traditional 40-hour work week. While in high school, you quickly found a creative outlet in shop class, her favorite class. During that time, you learned of a nonprofit, the ShopRat Foundation, and went on to teach welding, fabrication, and engineering and construction classes there. You enjoy being a woman role model in a male-dominated skilled trades industry, realizing how impactful those teachers and mentors were to you. Rachel's success is attributed to her being a heart-led person and thinking not about personal financial gains, but rather positively impacting the community, something Rachel does on a daily basis. Please, a big round of applause for Rachel Wingle.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I do wear a lot of hats, and so when I get asked what I do for a living, it's well, where do you know me from? I am in real estate. I'm in real estate sales with Remax in Michigan. So quick, I'd like to thank my broker, Debbie Crownover, who's taught me the ropes the last couple of years. My love for real estate, I started a property management company with my husband back when I was 21. But the skills that I learned in that, I work with the ShopRat Foundation, and I do teach construction classes, welding classes, welding and machining as well. So I quickly would like to thank the board of directors with our foundation, the ShopRat Foundation, our rock star staff that I work with, and our phenomenal students, because without their support, I wouldn't be able to be here and do what I do. So again, I would like to thank my parents that are here tonight, my husband, Kit, my partner as well. So thanks again for the nomination. I appreciate it.
Rachel Wingle, everybody. Another round of applause for her. And there you go. There's your 30 and under class. Give them a big round of applause. Please and thank you. All right, finally, I would like to introduce Bill Sleet of Michigan Works Southeast to come up to the stage for our closing comments. Bill.
Thank you, Scott. Get this page turned the right way. That might help. So, congratulations to the 2019 class of 30 and under from Jackson Magazine. This honor is certainly something that you should wear with great pride. As we witnessed this evening, Jackson is really setting the standard when it comes to talent. Look around. This community is celebrating your dedication and commitment and your volunteering in our community. And tonight is really special for Michigan Works Southeast as well, as we got to honor one of our own, Joshua Ross. So congratulations, Josh. We find great value in sponsoring this event. Because for a number of reasons, but mainly because it aligns with our mission at Michigan Works Southeast, which is to develop today's workforce and tomorrow's economy. Sorry about that. Tomorrow's economy by engaging employers, our job seekers, and our partners. And we take great pride in creating connections to a better future. And that's exactly what each one of our honorees have shown tonight. that's what they're doing every day in their lives, is creating connections to a better future for themselves, for the people that they volunteer with, and certainly for our community. So I'd like to thank them, thank the employers and the partners here that have made this possible, and especially thank Jackson Magazine for hosting this event. And I don't want to keep you from going home. So thank you all, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Bill, and thanks to Michigan Works Southeast as well. Well, all right, now we have a 30-minute timeshare presentation. Actually, that concludes our event for this evening. Big round of applause for all of our winners once again. And a big round of applause for Donovan and Shelley and everyone at Jackson Magazine and for doing everything they've done. Thank you so much. It's not easy doing what they do. We want to invite everybody to stay, network with their nonprofit representatives. You should really get to know that Wendy Cloud from Habitat. She's taken. Check out the bar and have fun. Our class of 2019, if you now meet over for a group photo, be sure to pick up a copy of the 30 and under issue at the table as you exit tonight. Thanks again, everybody. Drive safe. Have a great evening.